All right, and we're live.
Hello, people.
Hello, everyone. This is Eugene T. Magnificent. I am doing just a pop up stream. This is not scheduled. To have my guest here, Artemis Wolf, have her voice heard in regards to the stuff with Acer Thorne. I'm going to ask some questions. I kind of want to leave my comments to short and sweet. I want her voice to be heard, and I want her to be acknowledged. So, with that said, if you'd like to introduce yourself, Artemis.
Hello, everyone. I am Artemiswolf. I am a response channel and gaming channel in general.
All right, and so on the topic of Acer Thorne, because from what I've seen, you are I think you're one of the only ones that has had their channel completely removed by him. I might be wrong. Are there more that you know of?
As far as I know, I think maybe one more, but I'm not sure if it was just from Acerthorn or not. But
Okay.
primarily, the only martyr I know of is myself.
All right, and
I
you've
know he
been.
struck.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I know he struck other people like Emily and tried to strike Kretosis more than once.
All right, and you've been fighting this fight with him for how long now?
Um, since the Fallout 4 video came out, which I believe was in late October.
So you've
I
been going at
think.
it with him for quite a few months now in regards to his bullshit.
Yes.
All right, and how did you first find him? Did he strike you first, and then you kind of came across him, or how did that come about?
I first found him through Kretosis and Stag. They covered his Morrowind video and part of his Fallout New Vegas video, and they were god awful. So I figured, oh, I gotta look at this guy's content, see if there's anything I can make. I kind of want to get into the response community.
Yeah,
It feels like a good place to start.
yeah. I've seen a couple of your responses. I've seen Kurtosis and I've seen Emily's, and they've been pretty spot on with how they talk about his content. Uh, my phone keeps going. All right. So what when you did your video, can you explain a bit like what were the points that you were making and what did he have a problem with to come after you like he did?
Most of my points were on how disingenuous he was being and making outright batshit insane claims, such as the Institute being Knights Templar, or that oh, everyone's wearing this color, so they're this alignment in terms of like neutral evil, evil, or whatever. He cited TV tropes for the Enclave being Knights Templar. Like, why are you citing TV tropes for something that's not even relevant? And he used clips from Mr. Caption's video that were completely out of context and trimmed down, and it
Mm-hmm.
felt disingenuous to me.
Yeah, he is extremely disingenuous with everything he does. Like even with the stuff he's involved with now, with the false flagging and claiming that everyone's doxing him and stuff like that. It's he's I think he just kind of makes stuff up to fit his narrative a little bit.
Yeah, that's definitely what I think as well.
So, did he give any explanation onto why he flagged your video for basic criticism of his take on those video
He
games?
he felt as if I used too much of his footage without interjecting very often. I had whole segments where it was a couple of minutes long without me saying anything, and I think that's why he flagged it. Granted, it was my first attempt at a reaction video.
Mm-hmm. So
So there's gonna be some bumps, and I plan on making it again in the future with a new script and everything.
I would love to see that. Uh, so his only reason for claiming your video was because that you had breaks within the video on you said this was your first attempt at this, right?
Yes.
So that you had a couple bumps. I mean, it could have been pretty obvious if he looked at your video and looked at your channel. It was like, you're very, very new. He could have just reached out and be like, hey, I feel that this might not be transformative enough. Could you edit the video to kind of cut out some of the longer parts to make it so you're you're talking over more? But it seemed like he
If he'd
just
have
went.
done that, I would have listened to him, but that's not what he did.
Yeah, it seemed like he kind of went for the throat with it, mainly because you were criticizing his work and he got in his feelings about it.
And not to mention, he misgendered me in my own comments of that video 3 times.
That is absolutely horrible. I've seen this. I believe it was Versus that even said something as well regarding that, and he like doubled down on it. He blocked Versus, if I'm correct. I know
I'm pretty
you
sure
know
he
more
did.
about this. Yeah, that's and I'm
Um,
I'm so sorry that he did that to you.
yeah, he said he was going to strike the video and gave me 7 days to do something about it, so I just took the video down and re-uploaded it as unlisted, and somehow he still got the link. Even when it was private, he was still able to take it down.
That that seems really odd and kind of dirty. You you followed his you followed what he wanted. You made it private, so no one could find the video unless you shared the link personally. Correct?
Yeah.
So that I don't even see how that would warrant a flagging. I don't know how that would in like YouTube's thing how that would even seem correct because you're not making any kind of monetary gain off it, or do you have the option to make a monetary gain off it if it's privated? Which in fair use, that's something that's actually brought up. If you have no intent to share this to make any kind of monetary gain, that and you're sharing it with like private friends and stuff like that, that really fair use doesn't apply with that because you're not you're not getting anything out of it.
Yeah. I had no plans to make money on the video anyway, unless it got popular enough.
Yeah, and
Because I'm
oh,
really tiny.
yeah, in his it seems like that's primarily who he goes for. Anyone who is
Yeah, I've
small,
noticed that as well.
anyone who is small, anyone who he feels like he could he could silence because there's not going to be much of a repercussion because well no one really knows who they are. What does it matter? And that's my take on it.
Yeah.
All right. And I seen that I seen that you made a commentary on his dark side, wow, dark soul video as well. Uh, how did that come about?
That came about by me watching his Dark Souls video after playing a lot of the game. I have around 700 hours in the game at this point, and so I figured I kind of want to see how bad his take is on Dark Souls.
Hmm. Yeah,
And it's really god awful. And
he
so I
was.
decided I should cover it.
Yes, and thank you for doing that because his take was absolutely horrible. He only got to what maybe 10% of the game and decided he knew
Yeah.
everything about it and was going to make a comment on it. Which Dark Souls is a very hot topic thing to discuss in the first place, and you're going to get backlash even if you have a good take, just because people are very passionate about it. So I feel that he should have expected that. And what was his reasoning for flagging that video?
I have no idea. Quite frankly, I have zero idea. I think it was just because he didn't like my attitude and the fact of the criticism I gave him.
You
That's my only thing I can assume, really.
so you followed like the guidelines with if you're using clips of his, you're talking over it, you're making it transformative enough to be considered fair use.
Yes, I even cut segments out of the video.
So you after the first time, you fixed the issues. You still criticize what he does. You fixed all of these issues where it might be a fair use complaint, and he still goes after you. Do you
Yes,
at this point are you starting to feel like it's a personal attack at this point?
pretty much, yeah. I could say that. Because with everything that happened on the first video, him going onto a second video of mine trying to comment and start shit, and then after this video, it felt pretty personal at that point.
Yeah, it's seeming like he holds a pretty serious grudge. He made a video. I think he made a video where he talked about you for a little bit, and he was just pretty nasty, just about like your
Yeah,
criticisms and whatnot.
this motherfucker has the balls to say I have a lot of spaces and dead air in my content. At least I go through the effort to edit my audio, you daft cunt.
Yeah, and, from what I understand, you were actually getting a lot of reach with that video as well.
Yeah, I was. I was around, I think, almost 200 views on the first day.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. You think you might have been a little bit jealous as well
Maybe.
because the majority of his videos I've seen, he has a couple that are high, but the majority reach about 200, and that's like 2 3 years of being on the platform.
Yeah, his subscriber count does not match his content reach.
Oh no, but yeah, there's been evidence in regards to his subscriber count. And you also said something about actually having a discussion with him.
In DMs, yeah, we had a small discussion.
Uh, is it anything that you would like to share?
Let me go grab our DMs real quick.
All right.
It's been a while since I've looked at them.
Oh, that's more than okay. This as of right now is your platform. I'm just asking questions. I want to make sure that that everyone who may watch this video hears what you have to say because
So he did ask for a discussion, and I, being the small channel I am, felt uncomfortable going at it by myself. So I asked Kretosis and his friend Pagan for help,
mm-hmm.
and I pulled him into a group chat with the three of us. And I think he might have felt a little intimidated because there were three of us to just him. But they were just going to be there to mediate.
Yeah.
And he got hostile with me after I pulled him into the group chat. He said, I did not extend my invitation for discussion to anyone except you, so what was with pulling me into the group discussion, especially without even inviting me? I just got bombarded with sound effects from Discord just now because I found out I was suddenly in a group discussion that I never joined. What the fuck is up with that shit? To quote him directly.
Yeah, it seems to. I'm sorry, I keep interjecting. Uh, it seems like he does not like to have a discussion where multiple people can say that what he's doing and the way he's acting is bullshit. I think he likes to get someone on their own and then try to bombard and bully them so they'll back down.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing as well. It's not just me he's done that with. He's done it with Skibs, and I think Emily as well. But Emily didn't budge.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for the way Emily handled that because I've had some private stuff with him too. I've covered, and you can't back down to him. Now, you didn't want to fight the DMCA claims. I know we're still talking about the text, but I just thought about this.
Yeah.
You didn't want to fight the DMCA claims because in order to do that, you have to give your personal information. Like you have to essentially dox yourself. right?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do this with that fat fuck because I know Echo had to. Echo said she was gonna fight it, and in doing so, she got misgendered by him as well. Um, because she gave him her personal info, and I don't feel safe doing that, knowing this fucker's history.
I completely agree. He has a very he has a violent history, and I recall in his fair use video that he made. There's a section, I don't have it time stamped, but there's a section where he talks about if you fight it, and he makes a very veiled threat that he could do what he wants with the information he has on you. The
Yeah, I remember that.
the guy who cries about being doxxed when he's never been doxxed makes veiled threats about doxing other people. I find that
It's hypocritical and a bitch ass move to do.
I find that completely and utterly disgusting, and he should be so ashamed of himself. But that's not going to happen. And I'm sorry, I diverted the topic
Hey, you're
from
fine.
from the DMs. Would you like to continue with the DMs?
Sure.
Okay.
After doing that, I kept inviting him to the group chat, and he just kept getting more hostile. And he said, "Stop adding me to that damn group. This is between you and me." It's at this point, it's not between you and me, Acer. It's between a lot of people that you have gone after.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Stop fucking harassing me by dragging me into that fucking group I never agreed to fucking join. Do it one more time and I'm blocking you on Discord and DMCAing that video of yours." So
So,
he's threatening to DMCA me for adding him to a group chat.
which is abuse. That's
Yes.
blatant and admitted abuse on his part because you
This
can't
time I'm requesting immediate takedown as well.
yeah, you can't weaponize the DMCA laws and the flagging because someone said something you don't like, or because someone added you to a Discord and you felt it was unfair. This was just this. You just wanted to have a conversation in regards to this stuff, and he acted like a giant bitch.
Yeah. He said read Rule 4 of Discord community guidelines and get that through your thick fucking skull. And I responded with, maybe if you stop seeding for 5 seconds and actually read what the fuck fair use is. And then
So
he does the no you argument of no you read what the fuck fair use is.
yeah, the rubber glue thing. He likes
Yeah.
to pull that a lot. So from the way it's sounding to me, is that you were actually quite civil with him, and he immediately started being disrespectful and rude.
Yeah, he was rude right off the bat.
Because I've noticed a pattern with that other people have talked about as well.
And he has the balls to say people are uncivil toward him, even though he insults people in his videos all the time. Like calling New Vegas fans dick suckers. He does the same thing in the Dark Souls video, which I actually pointed out in my response to him.
He's he is in no way civil, and he is in no way respectful to anyone, and he gets mad when people treat him the same way. It,
And he said he had a video in the works on how fair use works, and I said last I checked, you lost every court case involving it. Which isn't
yeah,
wrong, as
no,
far
it's
as I
not.
know.
It's not wrong. Not wrong in the least bit.
And he says he's only filed one court case and it's still ongoing, even though he's filed two.
Well, he's openly admitted to me that he has two that are on public record.
Yeah, I know. I heard that yesterday in your stream.
But I guess if you say that he has multiple court cases, that's considered a doxing.
Even though it's public knowledge.
He doesn't understand how that works either. It's very sad. Did he have more in the DMs?
Yes, he said, "Fine, you won't work things out with me, then I guess it's one. You're going to take the video down and wait for my video explaining on how you went wrong with fair use or not." I said, "Nah, you're harassing me and threatening me. You can go fuck yourself."
Good for you.
And then yeah, that's what I said. "You can go fuck yourself," is what I said to him. And then he said, "You can counter the DMCA if you want, but I highly recommend you consult with an actual attorney, not just doing your own legal research before you do that. Because if you issue a DMCA counter notification, then you are 100% committed to litigation unless I choose not to sue you." So he's threatening me with a lawsuit now.
Yeah, it's just it's all intimidation. It's all to try to scare people and back people away. Because I think deep down he knows what he's doing. For one, he can't win, and what he's doing is wrong. I really
Yeah,
think that.
and I responded with, "Nah, I ain't giving you my information. Go fuck yourself." And then he said, "I see you made it private. That's good. Now wait for my video about fair use. It'll be quite enlightening." And yeah, I did make the video private, and then I responded to his snide text with "LOL, if it I can't talk." I said, "LOL, if enlightening is hearing you seethe about an owl, then I'm sure it will be." And then I think he got pissed off at that and struck my video.
Wow. And that was the third one.
Yep. Or no, that was the second one. That was my Dark Souls video I did.
All right. Uh, what was your third video that he struck?
My third video was just an update on the situation. It had none of his content in it, and every time I showed his icon, it was blurred out or so tiny you couldn't make out what it was. Only thing I think he could have DSA'd me for it was the fact that I showed a censored picture of his face, which your face is not copyright.
No, it is not. And he doesn't seem to understand that fact either. I think even in the stuff he posted in his video, I think he like purposely stayed away from the copyright of facing because it there are ways to have your face copyrighted, but you have to be the face of a brand, kind of like Aunt Jemima
Yeah,
was, and he's not the face of a brand. His brand
no,
does not
he's not.
does not evolve around his face. So even if he tried to copyright it, it would be incredibly hard for him to do so.
Yeah. That was the end of our DMs together.
So that was you had a DM conversation. You had a third video, and he struck you again solely because you had
Yes.
an edited face in his video, and and you're not
Possibly
trying to
that, or
fight
the
it.
fact that I was insulting him during the entire video.
Well, I mean, that's part
He
of
deserves it.
criticism. Well, yeah, that's part of criticism. You can't escape it. Now, like if you were
If you
making
do
like
stupid shit, you're gonna win stupid prizes.
yes, like if you were making threats towards him and like threatening like bodily injury to him and stuff like that, or like I think even if you were to actually dox him, I think those are grounds, not in a DMCA, but for harassment, which he's kind of pulling that
Yeah,
stuff now too. But you didn't do any of that stuff. You
I just
criticized
threw
him heavily.
insults. I just threw insults and criticized him. That's about it.
And I mean, I feel for the insult part. I mean, on this channel, we insult people. It's a common practice. But
We do a bit of trolling.
yes, but just that comes with the territory, man. I'm sure there's going to be people who insult me. That's fine. People are entitled to their opinion. You can't change that, and people are entitled to voice their opinion. And also on the
I
fact
agree.
he insults people consistently. Like he insults game producers. Insults uh, commenters. He insulted you. He insulted you in really bad ways. It's like he wants his cake and he wants to have his cake and eat it too at the same time.
Yeah.
So is there I think that about covers my questions. Uh, is there anything that you would like to say to YouTube if they happen to see this? Because I do plan on having them tagged in this.
Get your shit straight, YouTube. I have contacted you on Twitter, and you have done nothing to help me. All you have done is say, "Oh, go look at this," and "Oh, counter the copyright." You should understand at this point, I don't feel safe countering the copyright strikes due to this motherfucker's background.
And I'm gonna clear this up. I'm not gonna throw any kind of like actual like his real name or anything like that. But he has he has had a violent uh he acted in violence towards a person, pretty extreme violence, and
Yeah,
it went to a court, and I'm was he found guilty for that?
I'm not sure.
But
I don't remember.
he does have a history of attempted physical violence. So asking someone to fight a copyright claim
And terroristic threatening.
and terroristic threatening, asking someone to fight a copyright claim by giving their personal information to that person, I, I I get it to a degree, but when you're dealing with someone like this, you're essentially making a victim of DMCA flagging and false flagging. You're making them a victim again. You are opening them up to doxing. You are opening them up to physical harm.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you see the screenshot that Emily posted the other day?
Which one? There's a lot of stuff going on, and I've
The
seen a
one
lot
on
of stuff.
4chan.
I have not.
I will send that to you. One moment. I want you to see this shit.
All right.
Here you go.
Okay, let me pull that up. Oh, that is fun. Actually, you know what? Let's see if the people want to see this. There we go. I'll give it a little bit. Let them take a look at that. And
Yeah, this is awful.
there we go. And yeah, I did see that. I apologize, but now everyone got to see that because fuck you, Acer Thorne. You're a sack of shit. Now,
Yeah, he's the only person I think that would do this because, as far as I know, he's the only person with the balls to harass someone by leaking their Discord tag. It wouldn't be the first time someone in his circle's done it. Previously, they leaked the invite for Kratos' Discord, and the Discord server got raided.
mm-hmm. Just like rated by random trolls, or was it people like?
Yes, there
Okay.
was one person who came in there and kept copy pasting a bunch of racial slurs
Mm,
and shit like that. And it was at like 3 in the morning, so all the mods were asleep.
wow. That's some petty shit. That's something
Yep.
that's some bitch like behavior.
And then he goes on and yells harassment and doxing whenever people say anything bad about him. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're a fucking petty piece of shit.
Yeah, he's. I've said many words about him, and I'm kind of running out. He's just a giant, whiny, thinks he's a know-it-all, pretentious little shit. He's a fucking Mr. Potato Head wannabe in a blue hat.
Yeah.
He is a blobfish. And just, I'm going to throw that up just so people can see. Oh,
Let me
shit.
see if I have the screenshots of the person who raided the server, just so you can see.
Okay.
Because I'd I'd rather that not
There you
be
go.
on Twitter or not be on YouTube because I don't want your video taken down. Like
Yeah.
someone.
Now this might be considered doxing. I just want to let everyone know here. This is a picture of Acer Thorne in current day. Isn't he beautiful?
Oh God.
What a lovely human being.
It's like that meme I sent. This makes me uncomfortable. This is bad, but this is worse. I might have to go grab the screenshots from DMs with someone.
All right.
Not seeing them at the moment. Yeah, I have to go grab them.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm scrolling right now trying to find them. I don't know if I'll find them or not. I guess we'll find out.
All right. While you're looking for that, is there anything in particular that you would like to say to Acer Thorne before we wrap this up?
Oh,
Have at it. Have at it.
stop with the DMCA abuse, you fat malignant piece of shit. Stop being a whiny cunt just because people disagree with you. Stop threatening people to take their video down just because they say a meanie that hurts your feelings. This shit is petty and it needs to stop.
That is 100% correct. It is very very petty. Did you have anything else that you would like to say to Mr. Acer Thorne, or was that about covered it?
Mm. I have words
I
that I
have
could
words.
say. Uh, Most of them are not nice. I will say that.
Well, this is not a nice
I
stream.
just
So
I have the urge to call him an autistic blue retard.
of yeah of Chris Chan like proportions.
Even more so.
Yeah, yeah. As I as a
Mm.
I don't think I said this on stream, but I think I said it to other people. Uh, there is a similarity between Acer Thorne here and Chris Chan. Is he he likes to stab people in his family, and well, so does Chris.
In a different way.
Yes, and I'll just leave it at that. You two are very similar. But with that, I think that sums up my questions. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Anything that I might have missed that you'd like to say?
Um, Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Enclave Emily and Echo Wilder. We have all been affected by this.
I will link their YouTubes to the description at the end of the show. I kind of messed up setting this up, so I have to go through and edit it. But their descriptions will be there. It, is that okay with them if I do that? I'm pretty
I would think so.
okay. I like to. I usually ask permission first, but I know that you're very you're in a lot of contact with them, so I think that it would be okay. Well, with that, I'd like to tell anyone who is watching, have a good night, or it's night for us at this time, or me. And if you have any dealings with Acer Thorne, don't be scared to speak out against him. I mean, even though he pulls this stuff, if you need people to talk to, if he's done stuff to you, uh, I've stated in my last stream that anyone who wants to come out and has been affected by him, this is a platform for them. They can say their piece, get hopefully get heard by people, share it around, and just get the word out about what an abysmal piece of garbage this person is. But with that, I'd like to say goodbye to Artemiswolf, and
Goodbye.
goodbye and good night to all of you.
Good night, everyone.